Where the beating heart of the planet lies hidden, hot springs rise from deep within the earth like the breath of a giant in a deep slumber. Yellowstone, the first national park in the United States, a primeval fortress of the Wild West. More than 4 million visitors come here each year to marvel at the breathtaking natural wonders. Yellowstone holds unimaginable scenes where wild instincts reign. In this video, witness the brutal battles as top predators are drawn into a breathtaking dance of life and death. Wild Yellowstone, ruthless predators and majestic wilderness. The abundant and majestic nature reigning over Yellowstone is home to thousands of bison and hundreds of gray wolves, two destined enemies locked in life and death struggles that have existed since ancient times. They represent the harsh cycle of life and death among Yellowstone wildlife. The relationship between predator and prey is as fragile as a thread, yet also unbreakable, silent as the fall of one species ignites the rise of another. But before facing fierce battles with their eternal enemies, these magnificent creatures must endure the challenging baptism of Yellowstone's nature. Nestled within the majestic Rocky Mountains, Yellowstone stretches like a vast blanket embracing the wild and untamed essence of nature. This land rests neatly within a massive square in the northwest corner of Wyoming, extending into parts of Montana and Idaho, covering more than 3,468 square miles. Yellowstone is larger than both Rhode Island and Delaware, a wondrous world crafted entirely by nature's hand. Winter in Yellowstone is like an impenetrable fortress, constantly challenging the existence of the creatures that call this place home. When November arrives, a blanket of white snow begins to cover everything, signaling the start of a survival struggle that will last for months. Winter temperatures can range from 20 degrees Fahrenheit to 30 degrees Fahrenheit, but that's just the surface of the harsh conditions. Deeper cold fronts sweep in, sometimes driving the temperature down to negative 40 degrees Fahrenheit at night. Each year, Yellowstone can receive between 150 inches of snow in the lower valleys to 400 inches in the higher elevations, such as the Absaroka Range. That snow acts like a heavy curtain, draining over roads, meadows, and streams, turning movement for animals into an unrelenting struggle. For many species, simply finding a blade of grass or a branch to eat becomes a difficult journey through a sea of snow. As winter tightens its grip, food supplies gradually become scarce. This is a survival test for wildlife, requiring them to have special adaptations and survival skills to endure. Smaller animals seem to survive more easily. The snowshoe hare, in an admirable adaptation, changes its fur from brown to white, transforming into a ghost-like figure amid the snow-covered world. This camouflage helps them avoid predators like foxes or wolves, but it cannot protect them from hunger and the harshness of the weather. Weasels, those elusive creatures of the dense forests, huddle in tree hollows and caves to escape the biting cold. Their wide feet act like little snowshoes, allowing them to slide over thick snow while hunting. But for larger animals, the challenges are even greater. The cold days stretch from November to April, peaking in December and January, like a slow-flowing hourglass that steadily tests the endurance of all living creatures here every day is a survival test. Large animals like elk, moose, and bison not only struggle with the cold, but also face dwindling food supplies and weakening health as each day passes. Moose, the largest herbivore in North America, get trapped in deep snow, unable to easily find food. When heavy snowstorms persist, many moose succumb to starvation or exhaustion from trudging through the dense snow. The winter of 1996-1997 was a nightmare for elk and deer in Yellowstone, with a natural mortality rate of up to 50%. The strong bison with their thick fur lower their heads to push snow away from the buried grass. But even these giants cannot completely prevail against winter. In years of heavy snowfall, the mortality rate of bison can reach up to 20%, a significant figure for a species that already struggles with harsh conditions year-round. Winter in Yellowstone is like a never-ending night where only the strongest and smartest creatures can survive. Yet within this harshness, there are stories of resilience and the incredible adaptability of nature. A reminder that no matter how severe life continues with each breath and every step in the snow. This is the story of the bison, scientifically known as bison, the iconic wildlife of Yellowstone, a testament to the resilience of nature. Yellowstone National Park is home to the largest public herd in the United States, with populations once ranging from 30 to 60 million individuals across North America. However, at one point their numbers dwindled to just 23 individuals in 1902. Thanks to conservation efforts, their numbers have rebounded to approximately 4,500 to 5,500 individuals by 2023. And Yellowstone remains one of their last strongholds. Bison are the largest mammals in North America, standing up to 6 feet tall at the shoulder. Adult bulls can weigh between 1,000 to 2,200, while cows are lighter, weighing around 800 to 1,200 pounds. In the bone-chilling cold of Yellowstone, bison rely not only on their massive bodies, but also on their natural armor, a thick, two-layered coat that acts like a blanket, protecting them from the biting winds. The outer layer of long, coarse fur acts as a windshield, while the short undercoat traps precious body heat, even when ice and snow cover their bodies. Bison remain standing, resilient against the cold that forces other species to retreat, but their preparation for winter doesn't stop there. Before the snow falls, bison store fat in their bodies, an energy reserve that accounts for 10% to 15% of their weight. This fat serves as an energy bank, helping them survive the long months when grass becomes scarce. When the cold sets in, bison move less, only seeking out the grass in more accessible areas, conserving every bit of energy like an oil lamp maintaining its light through the long, freezing night. Bison are nomadic herbivores moving in herds with seasonal migration patterns depending on food availability and environmental conditions. In the summer, they gather in areas like Hayden Valley and Lamar Valley, where the grass is plentiful. When winter arrives, they migrate to regions with less snow or lower elevations to make feeding easier. One of the bison's remarkable adaptations is their ability to use their heads to push through thick snow to find food. The snow may be several feet deep, but bison can use the strength of their heads and necks to push the snow aside and reach the grass below. However, in winters with excessively deep snow, even this skill isn't enough to help them feed effectively. Bison's temperament is often unpredictable. They usually appear calm, indifferent, or even lazy. However, they can react suddenly and without warning or clear reason. Bison herds become more restless during the breeding season, which lasts from June to September, with peak activity in July and August. At this time, older males rejoin the herd, and conflicts often arise between males to demonstrate strength and compete for mating rights. These bulls are the most aggressive, unpredictable, and challenging individuals. According to early naturalists, bison were known as fierce and formidable animals that feared no other species. Under optimal conditions, they could even overcome any adversary except for a grizzly bear or a pack of wolves. However, in harsh winters with scarce food, deadly confrontations with predators challenging the bison are inevitable. During the winter of 2023-2024, scientists at the Yellowstone Wildlife Research Institute recorded an increase in encounters between wolves and bison as food sources became more limited. But bison are not passive creatures when facing predators. Bison can move at speeds of up to 35 miles per hour and gallop steadily. This is impressive when considering their massive size. When threatened, especially during winter, when food is scarce and predators become more aggressive, bison use their horns and muscular strength to defend themselves. The most obvious defensive tool for bison is their two T-long horns. Both males and females have these horns, delivering considerable momentum generated by their typical weight of 2,000 to 2,700 pounds, combined with speeds of 30 miles per hour. Bison's hind legs can also be used to fight off predators with devastating effects. In many cases, wolves are forced to retreat in the face of a bison's powerful counter, particularly when a mother bison is protecting her calf. However, the gray wolves in Yellowstone have existed as legends. These wolves, scientifically known as Canis lupus, belong to the Canada family and are among the largest predators in the wolf lineage. They are known as one of the iconic animals of Yellowstone National Park, playing a crucial role in maintaining the ecosystem's balance. Whether you've been to Yellowstone or not, it's impossible not to know the illustrious history of the North American gray wolf. The ancestors of the North American gray wolf began their survival journey across the Majestic Mountains and icy plains of Eurasia millions of years ago. Then, around 300,000 to 500,000 years ago, Some gray wolves migrated across the Bering Land Bridge into North America during the Pine Era. This was a time when ice reigned and giant creatures like mammoths roamed in the frigid environment of the Ice Age. Nature endowed the North American gray wolf with perfect adaptability, showcasing its prowess with every strike through the freezing snow. Their bodies grew stronger, equipped with powerful jaws and sharp teeth, ready to hunt large prey such as moose, deer, bison, and even the massive mammoths. As the Ice Age gradually ended, giant creatures like mammoths and saber-toothed cats vanished from the earth. Yet the gray wolf endured. They continued hunting modern herbivores like moose, adjusting their behavior and hunting tactics to adapt to the changing environment. Before Europeans set foot in North America, the gray wolf reigned supreme over the forests, prairies, and coastlines. They were present everywhere, from the icy Arctic to the arid lands of Mexico, and from the Atlantic to the Pacific. Their extraordinary adaptability allowed wolves to thrive in diverse environments, becoming the eternal guardians of the wild. But then the shadow of humanity appeared, and everything began to change. By the mid-19th century, the gray wolf's battle for survival was no longer just with nature, but with humans. Hunting, poisoning, and eradication campaigns to protect livestock turned vast lands into places where the howl of wolves was no longer heard. By the 1920s, the gray wolf had vanished from Yellowstone, leaving behind a disrupted ecosystem where only the painful silence remained. Yet nature has its way of healing. In 1995 and 1996, a crucial step in conservation took place. 31 gray wolves were reintroduced from Canada to Yellowstone, where their howls once echoed through the valleys and forests. This marked the beginning of a new chapter in Yellowstone, where the wolves returned to the land that was once theirs, bringing with them hope for the natural ecosystem's revival. Like a biological clock reset, the presence of wolves restored balance to the ecosystem. By 2020, around 94 wolves divided into 8 packs called Yellowstone home. In the greater Yellowstone ecosystem, the wolf population fluctuated between 528 and 883 individuals. Compared to their counterparts in many other regions, gray wolves stand out with their impressive size. They stand between 26 and 32 inches tall at the shoulder, with adult males weighing between 100 and 130 pounds, while females range from 80 to 180 pounds, 110 pounds. To survive the harsh winters of Yellowstone, North American gray wolves are equipped with a thick, double-layered coat. The outer layer is long and coarse, protecting them from fierce cold winds. Beneath it lies a soft, dense undercoat that acts as an insulating blanket, trapping body heat in freezing conditions. As winter approaches, this fur thickens, creating an insulating air layer that helps wolves withstand frigid temperatures as low as negative 40 degrees Fahrenheit. The color of a gray wolf's fur displays remarkable variety, ranging from pale gray like the morning mist to deep black like the darkest night. Interestingly, about 45% to 50% of wolves in Yellowstone possess the rare black coat. Scientists believe this mysterious black coloration is a legacy of ancient interbreeding with domestic dogs thousands of years ago. The black fur provides an advantage in camouflage within dense forests, allowing wolves to better evade predators and hunt more effectively. This genetic mutation may also offer protection against certain diseases, including canine distemper virus, safeguarding wolves from potential biological threats. As highly social animals, gray wolves do not live in solitude but form strong groups with a tightly knit social structure and discipline akin to a natural army. Each wolf pack consists of 4 to 15 members, and within the pack, the alpha pair, or the alpha wolves, are the undisputed leaders, like the king and queen of a shadowy kingdom. The alpha wolves lead the pack during hunts and make critical decisions about all pack activities, from movement to territory defense. The territory of each wolf pack spans a vast area, ranging from 50 to 1,000 square miles, where the pack asserts its dominance. The size of the territory depends on the availability of food and the level of competition from neighboring packs. When food is abundant, a pack may maintain a smaller but more fiercely defended territory. Conversely, when prey is scarce, wolves must expand their range, seeking new lands to sustain the survival of the entire pack. The North American gray wolf is an apex predator, having evolved over thousands of years to become one of the most efficient hunters, dominating the wilderness of Yellowstone. Their diet includes large ungulates such as elk, moose, and bison, as well as smaller prey like beavers, rodents, and hares. Among them, the moose, scientifically known as Alces alces, is the tallest, largest, and heaviest remaining species of deer, and the only species in the genus Alces. This species plays an important role in maintaining the balance of vegetation in marshlands and forests. They are one of the few animals capable of consuming large amounts of hardwood vegetation, helping to control the growth of these plants and maintaining biodiversity in Yellowstone's environment. As the tallest land animal in North America, moose are second only to bison in terms of mass. Male moose weigh between 900 and 1,600 pounds and stand 6 to 7 feet tall at the shoulder, while females are slightly smaller, weighing between 800 and 1,000 pounds, 1,300 pounds. One of the most striking features of male moose is their enormous antlers, 2 majestic crowns, with each side having 2 lobes resembling butterfly wings spread at the top of their heads. These antlers can span up to 6 feet, serving not only as symbols of strength, but also as tools in battles for mating rights during the breeding season. In the world of moose, each mating season is a dance of power, where the antlers are not just weapons, but a source of pride. During Yellowstone's frigid winter months, moose face challenges that few species can endure. However, they are equipped with a natural armor, a thick 2-layered coat. The long and coarse outer layer acts as a windshield, while the soft undercoat traps warmth like a thick blanket, protecting them from the freezing cold. Yet even with this warm coat, winter presents harsh challenges. Heavy snowfall makes food scarce, like a locked treasure chest of plants beneath a blanket of white. Moose, with their long legs resembling strong pillars, are able to move easily through deep snow. However, when the snow accumulates too much, moose herds must migrate hundreds of miles, seeking lower areas where snow is thinner and vegetation remains plentiful. Each step becomes a journey in search of life amidst harsh nature. Statistics show that in severe winters, mortality rates for these animals can rise to 20%. But this also creates opportunities for predators like gray wolves, reigniting the cycle of life. With their large size and imposing antlers, adult moose rarely have to worry about predators. However, gray wolves, patient and highly organized hunters, still pose a threat, especially to females protecting their calves. In some regions, moose are a primary food source for wolves, leading to dramatic chases spanning several hundred feet to as far as 2 miles. When danger is detected, moose typically flee, using their long legs to quickly traverse deep snow. But when escape is not an option, moose stand their ground like brave warriors. Their broad antlers become swords, while their powerful kicks, like sledgehammers, strike directly at the predator. Although the strategy and strength of gray wolves are highly impressive, their success rate in hunting large prey like moose is often only between 14% and 20%. In a study of gray wolves living in Yellowstone National Park, researchers discovered that wolves do not hunt randomly. Instead, they choose their prey based on species, age, and gender to minimize risks and injuries. Gray wolves have such keen hearing that they can detect sounds from up to 6 miles away under ideal conditions. Their sense of smell, believed to be 100 times more powerful than that of humans, allows them to track prey across vast mountain ranges, even where scents may be obscured by snow or carried away by strong winds. Gray wolves can detect the scent of an animal from as far as 2 miles away, even if the prey is hidden deep within a forest or concealed by complex terrain. Though the gray wolf is an apex predator across the snow-covered fields and majestic forests of Yellowstone, it still struggles to confront one of nature's strongest creations, the bison. The success rate for wolves hunting bison is only around 2 to 4%, yet each successful hunt is a remarkable feat, showcasing the collective strength and cunning of North America's gray wolves. The hunt begins with surrounding and dispersing the herd. Like skilled hunters, gray wolves target the weak, elderly, or young individuals in the bison herd, patiently waiting for the right moment. Once the prey is isolated, wolves focus their attacks on the hind legs and tail, reducing its mobility. The deep snow becomes a game changer, allowing the wolves to maximize their advantage and increase their success rate to approximately 10 to 15%. Recent studies suggest that over 50% of bison calves born will not survive their first year, primarily due to attacks by wolves and bears, compounded by harsh weather conditions. In the wild world of Yellowstone, the North American gray wolf is not only renowned for its exceptional hunting skills, but also as a fierce warrior defending its territory and pack against formidable foes. One of the most challenging adversaries the gray wolf faces is the mighty grizzly bear, known for its overwhelming strength. When a wolf pack brings down prey, it is not uncommon for a grizzly bear to appear and attempt to steal the kill. In these moments, the wolves must rally together, using their numbers to threaten and drive off the massive intruder. However, grizzly bears are successful about 33% of the time in stealing the wolves' hard-earned meals. Yet, external enemies aren't the only source of conflict. Other wolf packs often trigger intense battles. The collective howl of a pack is not just a form of communication, it is a tool for asserting dominance, like flags planted to mark their land. These howls can be heard up to 10 miles away, warning other packs of their presence and preventing conflicts before they begin. However, when negotiations through howls fail, fierce battles can break out. It's not just external survival struggles that wolves face. Sometimes internal strife erupts within the pack. Although the social structure of a wolf pack is generally stable, internal conflicts can still occur, particularly over the alpha position. A study from Yellowstone National Park shows that about 30% of wolves with injuries die due to internal disputes. These battles can result in a change of leadership, with a new member rising to power, or even the complete expulsion of the defeated wolf from the pack. When the gray wolf returned to Yellowstone in 1995, after nearly 70 years of absence, the change was not just the echo of their howls once more piercing the night, but the revitalization of the entire ecosystem. They were not merely expert hunters, but also remarkable natural regulators. Elk had once grown unchecked, stripping vegetation along rivers and streams, leading to the near disappearance of aspen, cottonwood, and willow trees. However, the return of the gray wolf initiated a powerful trophic cascade. With their sharp hunting skills, the wolf packs reduced the elk population, allowing the vegetation to recover. Young trees along the riverbanks began to stretch toward the sunlight, and the once barren stream sides turned green again, creating ideal habitats for birds and fish. The resurgence of vegetation also drew beavers back, who began building dams, forming natural wetlands that provided breeding grounds for migratory birds and countless other species. Like an invisible hand, the gray wolf reestablished natural order, restoring Yellowstone to its miraculous balance. In Yellowstone, the bald eagle is known as a powerful bird of prey, symbolizing the United States and embodying strength and freedom. The bald eagle, scientifically known as Haliaeetus leucocephalus, soars over Yellowstone, carrying deep significance in the culture of Native Americans in the communities near this land. They are like resilient guardians of the sky, soaring high above, dominating the heavens with wings spread wide like sails catching the wind. The bald eagle belongs to the Accipitridae family, a lineage that includes other masters of the sky, like hawks and falcons. With keen eyesight and razor-sharp talons, they have become symbols of natural power. Around 10 million years ago, the ancestors of the bald eagle diverged from ancient sea eagles that once dominated the oceans and coastlines of Eurasia. During a great migration 1 to 2 million years ago, the first eagles crossed the land bridge connecting Siberia and Alaska, spreading their wings across the skies of North America like pioneers. They quickly adapted to their new environment, choosing coastal areas and vast lakes as their homes. In Yellowstone, with its rich ecosystem and abundant food sources ranging from salmon to waterfowl, the bald eagle found a paradise. After the Ice Age, as freshwater ecosystems flourished, this eagle cemented its place at the top of the food chain, becoming a symbol of strength and freedom in the heart of the wild. The bald eagle is a sizable bird, weighing between 6.6 to 14 pounds, with a body length ranging from 28 to 40 inches. However, the most striking feature is their massive wingspan, which stretches from 6 to 7.5 feet, allowing them to glide through the sky with grace and ease. Though males are smaller than females, both possess dark brown plumage with distinctive white heads and tails resembling regal crowns. This contrast is the origin of their name, bald, referring to the eagle's striking white head. Along the vast rivers and sprawling lakes of Yellowstone, the bald eagle finds its perfect paradise. Freshwater areas like Yellowstone Lake and the Yellowstone River provide safe and abundant homes for them. These clear waters not only offer a rich supply of fish, but also attract countless waterfowl and small mammals, all valuable prey for this powerful bird of prey. As rulers of the skies, bald eagles hunt from above, gliding over marshes and shimmering waters beneath the sunlight. Beyond their prowess as hunters, bald eagles are renowned for their incredible loyalty. Once paired, they remain together for life, symbolizing unwavering commitment and stability. Each year, these eagle pairs return to the same nest, continually expanding and strengthening it, much like they nurture their bond and family life. This relationship serves as a foundation for the growth and stability of the bald eagle population in the Yellowstone region. In the majestic landscape of Yellowstone, the bald eagle has evolved into a top-tier predator, perfectly adapted to the vast rivers, lakes, and open grasslands of the region. With a diet primarily composed of fish, making up 70 to 90% of their daily intake, bald eagles soar above like reconnaissance planes. Their keen eyesight, which is 4 to 5 times sharper than a human's, allows them to spot prey from up to 2 miles away. From high above, bald eagles pinpoint their target with remarkable precision, and when the moment is right, they dive at speeds of up to 100 miles per hour. This dive is like a lightning-fast arrow, swiftly taking down the prey with no chance of escape. The seamless combination of speed and power has made the bald eagle one of Yellowstone's most formidable fish hunters. Though bald eagles reign as the undisputed rulers of Yellowstone's skies, with few daring to challenge them, confrontations with other predators occasionally arise. Ospreys or great horned owls can pose a threat, particularly when they encroach on the bald eagle's territory or nest. In such instances, the bald eagle leverages its superior size and strength to defend its family and domain. Like a fierce warrior, it dives from high above, launching preemptive strikes with its sharp talons and beak, forcing intruders to retreat. Like invisible coordinators of nature, the bald eagles in Yellowstone play an essential role in maintaining ecological balance. Similar to gray wolves, they create important trophic cascades by preying on fish and waterfowl, helping to regulate these populations and prevent their overgrowth, which could otherwise harm riverside vegetation. In doing so, they protect the stability of both water and land ecosystems, allowing trees and forest ecosystems to flourish. The bald eagle's influence extends beyond the sky. High in the treetops, their large, sturdy nests, used year after year, become focal points for the forest growth. The remains of prey and waste left by eagles at their nests provide nutrients for nearby trees. Like inadvertent farmers, bald eagles help trees grow strong and promote biodiversity. Smaller plants and animals benefit from these nutrients, transforming the forest around the nest into vibrant oases of life. In this way, every beat of the bald eagle's wings not only represents the power of the Lord of the Sky, but also sustains the rhythm of life throughout Yellowstone. In the wild heart of Yellowstone, the grizzly bear, scientifically known as Ursus arctos horribilis, also referred to as the North American brown bear, stands as a resilient warrior of nature. From the deep green pine forests to the sprawling prairies, and from the towering mountain ranges to the dense mixed forests, the grizzly bear finds an ideal refuge in the pine and mixed forests of Yellowstone, where every branch seems like a lifeline to nature. The grizzly bear thrives, making the most of the abundant food sources and secure shelter. Over the long course of evolution, the grizzly bear, once a subspecies of the brown bear, has become a resilient giant of the Yellowstone landscape. Their story began some 50,000 to 100,000 years ago, when brown bears from Eurasia crossed the Bering Land Bridge during the last ice age to enter the North American continent. The harsh climate and rugged terrain of this new land forged a new species, the grizzly bear. These Siberian migrants evolved to adapt to the extreme environment they found. However, the journey of the grizzly bear is not just a tale of survival, but also one of decline. By the late 19th century, when Europeans flooded into North America, they brought guns and deforestation, decimating the bear's habitat. By the late 1800s, grizzly bears in Yellowstone had nearly vanished, with only around 136 individuals remaining. By 1975, thanks to the tireless efforts of conservationists and the National Park Service, the Yellowstone grizzly bear was placed on the endangered species list. Through decades of strict conservation measures, the grizzly population has made a remarkable recovery. Amid the dense forests and rugged mountains of Yellowstone, the grizzly bear looms as one of nature's giants. When standing upright, a grizzly bear can reach a height of up to 8 feet, enough to instill fear in any creature within the forest. Weighing between 400 and 790 pounds, adult male grizzlies are the uncrowned kings of this majestic land. Although smaller, females still carry an incredible resilience, weighing between 290 and 400 pounds, capable of enduring the harsh wilderness. Even more terrifying, the largest grizzlies can reach up to 1,000 pounds, especially after stockpiling energy reserves before hibernation. Covered in thick fur ranging from light brown to black, and sometimes even with a silvery sheen, grizzlies are well prepared for the freezing cold of Yellowstone. This dense coat not only shields them from the biting cold, but also gives them an appearance of wearing armor, ready to confront the unforgiving elements of the wild. Beyond their thick fur, grizzly bears have developed unique behaviors to survive the harsh winters of Yellowstone, where the challenges come not only from the freezing weather, but also from the scarcity of food. As the cold winds of early winter begin sweeping through Yellowstone mountains around November, grizzly bears seek out safe spots in the high mountains and dig deep dens into the ground. These dens become their winter refuge, shielding them from the brutal weather and other animals. During this period, the bears do not eat or drink, relying entirely on the fat reserves they accumulated before hibernation. A remarkable feat of this species is that female bears give birth during hibernation. Their dens become a warm haven for the newborn cubs. The cubs are nurtured by their mother's milk and kept warm by her protective fat reserves until spring arrives. When spring comes, the grizzlies awaken and begin re-establishing their territory. They use powerful signals to communicate, such as leaving large footprints on the ground, claw marks on trees, and rubbing their backs against trunks. These signs serve as declarations of power, asserting their strong presence in Yellowstone's unforgiving wilderness. In the deep valleys and high mountain ranges of Yellowstone, grizzly bears have become masters of survival in the rugged mountainous environment. Like ancient warriors, they know how to seize every opportunity, from hunting large prey to harvesting seasonal foods. With a sense of smell 7 times stronger than that of a bloodhound, grizzly bears can detect food from up to 18 miles away. Thanks to this ability, they can pinpoint distant feasts and reach them with remarkable speed. In the greater Yellowstone ecosystem, elk, scientifically known as Cervus canadensis, move like silent shadows, numerous yet vulnerable. In the summer, around 10,000 to 20,000 elk gather in lush valleys, where abundant grasslands stretch out like a banquet. But when the white snows of winter begin to blanket the land, they are forced to migrate to lower elevations, where the snow is thinner and vegetation remains more accessible. On this journey, elk calves face some of the most fearsome predators, not only gray wolves, but also grizzly bears lurking in the shadows of the ancient forests. As the second largest deer species in North America, surpassed only by moose, adult male elk can weigh between 700 and 1,100 pounds and stand up to 5 feet tall at the shoulder. However, it is their large antlers, reaching up to 4 feet in length and weighing about 40 pounds, that truly symbolize their strength. Each summer, these bone antlers regrow from scratch, rapidly developing at a rate of 0.98 inches per day, driven by testosterone, the hormone that also fuels every battle for mating rights. But as the harsh winter slowly passes, testosterone levels drop, signaling to the males that it is time to shed their crowns. When the antlers fall, elk are left without their primary defense, making them easy targets for gray wolves and grizzly bears in this unforgiving ecosystem. Although the grizzly bear is one of the greatest threats to elk calves, scientists have never recorded a grizzly hunting healthy adult male elk. Such encounters could prove fatal for the predator itself. Elk, with their superior strength and speed, can sprint like arrows, reaching speeds of up to 45 miles per hour. This speed can sometimes help them escape gray wolf attacks on open terrain. When winter arrives, the harsh cold makes food scarce, and elk become more vulnerable. However, elk possess another weapon: unity. Herds move together through the deep snow as a unified mass, reducing the chances of individuals being isolated and becoming targets. During the breeding season, females surround the young, protecting them with resilience and cohesion. The males, with their strength and massive antlers, are ready to fight to intimidate potential threats. In this harsh wilderness, strength comes not only from physical power, but also from the solidarity of the entire herd. When hunting large prey such as elk, moose, or bison, grizzly bears act like calculating fighters, waiting for the right moment to strike. With speeds of up to 35 miles per hour over short distances, grizzly bears close in on their prey quickly, turning the element of surprise into their greatest advantage. Grizzly bears also wisely adjust their diet to optimize calorie and nutrient intake. In the fall, when salmon flood the streams of Yellowstone, grizzly bears begin to stockpile energy for hibernation. They stand patiently by the streams like skilled hunters, using speed and precision to catch salmon. At this time, each bite delivers rich nutrition, helping them survive through the harsh winter ahead. Not merely opportunistic predators, grizzly bears are also favored by nature when it comes to defending their food sources and territory from threats. They use their muscular strength like impenetrable walls to intimidate or even attack smaller rivals. While their size advantage often gives grizzly bears a high success rate in disputes over food with gray wolves or cougars, that's not the whole story. Grizzly bears sometimes face off against their own kind in brutal fights over territory and valuable food resources. A study shows that 10 to 15% of bear cubs fall victim to adult male grizzlies during territorial or food-related conflicts, highlighting the fierce competition for survival even within the same species. Grizzly bears are like the guardians of nature in Yellowstone, playing a crucial role in maintaining ecological balance and protecting the region's biodiversity. As omnivores, grizzlies not only hunt animals, but also gather berries, seeds, and other plants. In doing so, they act as natural seed dispersers, helping spread hundreds of seeds each day, fostering new life throughout the vast forest. With their powerful hunting abilities, grizzlies also regulate herbivore populations such as elk and deer, preventing them from overgrazing vegetation. In this way, grizzly bears contribute to the preservation of ecological balance, much like nature's gardeners, with each of their steps nurturing the revival of the forest. In the shadows of Yellowstone's dense forests and towering peaks, the cougar moves with the grace and mystery of a powerful predator, known scientifically as puma concolor. This predator belongs to the Felidae family, with close relatives like the jaguar and cheetah. Its presence spans across the Western Hemisphere, from the icy forests of Canada to the tropical rainforests of South America. This wide range is one of the reasons why the cougar holds the Guinness World Record for having the most names of any mammal, including cougar, puma, mountain lion, catamount, red lion, and even mountain screamer. However, the cougar is one of the most elusive predators in Yellowstone, rarely seen by visitors. In 2023, only around 20 individuals were recorded encountering a cougar. Hidden in the shadows of Yellowstone remains an exceptionally rare event, almost a feat of luck. Scientific studies have shown that the ancestors of the cougar appeared around 3 to 4 million years ago during the Pliocene or early Pleistocene epoch. After the Ice Age, cougars expanded their range across North and South America due to their remarkable adaptability to diverse habitats, from grasslands and dense forests to mountainous regions. With a powerful physique, adult male cougars typically weigh between 115 and 220 pounds and measure between 5 to 8 feet in length, including a long tail that helps them maintain excellent balance. In contrast, females are smaller and lighter, weighing between 64 and 141 pounds, but they are equally formidable. Their coat is a masterpiece of natural camouflage, with colors ranging from reddish-brown to gray-brown. This coloring allows cougars to blend seamlessly into the rocky and forested landscapes of Yellowstone, like shadows gliding through the wild in the silence of the wilderness. The cougar lives a solitary life, communicating with its kind only through scent markings or sharp vocalizations. They mark their presence and territory boundaries as subtle yet powerful reminders of their unseen dominance. Their territory spans not just forests, but also deep canyons, lush grasslands, and rugged rocky areas, all of which create ideal hunting grounds. Even when facing harsh winters, cougars have developed impressive adaptability. They skillfully avoid deep snow, using rocky terrain to hide and wait for prey. Their patience and ability to endure the cold are testaments to the resilience and flexibility of this remarkable cat. Their diet largely consists of large mammals, especially mule deer, which make up 60 to 80% of their food intake. With explosive speeds reaching up to 50 miles per hour, cougars are proud predators, especially when chasing agile prey like mule deer. As the primary prey for cougars, mule deer, scientifically known as Otocoileus hemionus, are very common in Yellowstone and play a crucial role in the ecosystem. This is a medium-sized deer species. Adult males can weigh between 200 and 300 pounds, while females are lighter, around 120 to 170 pounds. What sets mule deer apart is their large ears, which make up nearly 1/3 of their head size, resembling the ears of a mule, from which they get their name. Male mule deer stand out with their unique branching antlers, where each branch spreads and splits multiple times, like the ancient trees in the forest. Each spring, the old antlers fall off and begin to regrow, symbolizing change and renewal. By late summer, the antlers reach their full size, ready for the battles over mating rights. The mule deer population in Yellowstone fluctuates between 500 and 2,000 individuals. This number constantly changes with the seasons, as migration is a crucial survival instinct for them. When spring and summer bring new life, mule deer feast on tender grass, wildflowers, and lush green shrubs, as if nature has laid out a banquet for them. But when winter arrives with thick snow covering the ground and transforming the landscape into a frozen desert, mule deer begin their migration journey, sometimes traveling dozens of miles even beyond Yellowstone borders, in search of lower elevations where snow is thinner and food is still available. At this time, the tender grass is gone, and they must switch to eating branches and bark from trees, like willows and birches. Mule deer are common prey for many large predators in Yellowstone, including gray wolves, cougars, and grizzly bears. These predators often target the young or weaker individuals. However, mule deer are not easily subdued. With their large ears as sharp as natural radars, mule deer can detect movement and sound from great distances, keeping them alert with every step. When sensing danger, they don't choose to confront it, but instead dash away swiftly, reaching speeds of up to 45 miles per hour in short bursts. But it's not just speed that aids them. They possess an incredible tactic: high jumps, reaching heights of 3 to 5 feet and spanning up to 15 feet. In Yellowstone's rugged terrain, each leap is a rapid escape, making it difficult for predators to keep up. When winter comes, bringing biting cold and scarce food, mule deer face the struggle for survival. But for the cougar, no matter how agile the prey may be, they are easily subdued. This species' most effective hunting tactic is the silent ambush. With exceptional stalking abilities, they use rocky terrain and dense forests to conceal themselves, closing in on their prey without leaving a trace. After taking down the prey, the cougar drags the carcass to a safe location, where they can enjoy their kill for several days, far from the reach of other predators like gray wolves or grizzly bears. A greater challenge for the cougar is the bighorn sheep, scientifically known as Ovis canadensis. This species is a symbol of the Rocky Mountains of North America and has a prominent population in Yellowstone National Park. They play an important role in the park ecosystem, with unique adaptations that allow them to survive in rugged mountain environments. Bighorn sheep from the Rocky Mountains are relatively large, with rams sometimes weighing more than 500 pounds and ewes weighing over 200 pounds. Bighorn sheep are named after their large horns. Their horns can weigh up to 30 pounds, equivalent to the weight of their entire skeleton and comprising 10% of their body weight. These horns are not only symbols of strength, but also crucial tools in battles for mating rights during the breeding season. Rams charge at each other with tremendous force, clashing head-to-head like thunderous punches. Male bighorn sheep have developed unique structures to protect their brains, from large horn cores to expanded frontal sinuses, all of which help absorb impacts and protect their brains from these fiery collisions. Among the steep cliffs and towering mountains of Yellowstone, bighorn sheep survive as master climbers, choosing dry and rugged terrain as their refuge. With strong legs and hooves as hard as steel, they maintain perfect balance on mountain slopes that seem accessible only to birds. In the tight spaces of the cliffs, they can easily escape formidable predators like gray wolves and cougars, whose feet cannot grip the harsh terrain as effectively. The mountains are the bighorn sheep's fortress, where they roam freely and survive against both nature and natural predators. With strong legs and hooves as hard as steel, they maintain perfect balance on mountain slopes that seem accessible only to birds. In the tight spaces of the cliffs, they can easily escape formidable predators like gray wolves and cougars, whose feet cannot grip the harsh terrain as effectively. The mountains are the bighorn sheep's fortress, where they roam freely and survive against both nature and natural predators. Also known as the mountain lion, cougars are best equipped with the agility needed to hunt prey in rocky, rugged environments. However, according to the Yellowstone Cougar Project, the success rate for cougars hunting bighorn sheep is only around 15 to 25%, lower than when hunting other animals. This is primarily due to the complex terrain and the strong defensive abilities of the bighorn sheep. Although an apex predator, the cougar typically avoids direct confrontation with larger foes like grizzly bears and gray wolves. According to a study by the National Park Service, cougars are driven away from their kills in 20 to 30% of encounters with grizzly bears and wolves. Instead of fighting, they choose to retreat, conserving energy and avoiding injury, particularly when near scavenged food. Like shadows in the forest and Rocky Mountains, their reddish-brown to gray-brown fur allows them to blend seamlessly into Yellowstone's landscape. This camouflage not only protects them from potential threats, but also enables them to stalk prey undetected. However, when necessary, cougars do not hesitate to strike back. Their claws, ranging from 1.5 to 2 inches in length, are sharp weapons capable of inflicting serious wounds on any powerful adversary. Cougars are also intelligent in choosing shelter. Rugged terrains like Rocky Mountains, deep canyons, and dense forests serve as safe havens. They know how to use steep slopes and thick vegetation to their advantage, quickly retreating to higher ground when danger arises, effectively hiding from predators. Female cougars are particularly tenacious mothers. Research shows that around 40% of cougar fights occur when they are protecting their young. In extreme situations, mother cougars are willing to fiercely battle to defend their young from aggressive enemies like grizzly bears or wolves. Amid the valleys and mountains of Yellowstone, cougars quietly fulfill their role in maintaining the delicate balance of the ecosystem, like unseen gatekeepers. They regulate the populations of large herbivores, such as deer and elk, by hunting the weak or sick. This predation not only prevents overpopulation of herbivores, but also helps curb the spread of diseases, ultimately contributing to the overall health of the ecosystem. In Yellowstone National Park, the cycle of life never ceases. After the cold winter months, when the land is covered in snow and ice, and creatures must endure the harshness of the weather, the thaw brings a reawakening of the landscape. Filled with the sights and sounds of spring, Yellowstone becomes a vast nursery for the growth and reproduction of wildlife, an endless cycle of life that continues with the precise rhythm of nature. Here, nature moves like an eternal symphony, with over 67 species of mammals, 300 species of birds, 16 native fish species, 6 reptile species, and 4 amphibian species weaving through the mountains, grasslands, and hot springs. The bison herds, living symbols of Yellowstone, begin birthing their calves amidst the lush green meadows, nature's wonders that just a few hours after birth can stand and run alongside the herd, a testament to their fierce survival instincts and remarkable adaptability. According to data from Yellowstone Forever, around 700 bison calves are expected to be born in the spring of 2024. A hopeful figure that underscores the stability and growth of the bison population in the park. But spring in Yellowstone is not just a season of life. It also marks the beginning of a harsh struggle for survival. While the young bison calves are learning to explore their world, the wolves begin hunting to feed their own litter. Grizzly bears emerge from their dens after long months of hibernation, accompanied by cubs who are experiencing the vibrant and opportunity-filled world for the first time. Every moment of life exists on the fragile boundary between survival and death. This battle, although harsh, is an essential part of Yellowstone's ecosystem, helping maintain the balance of life's cycle. While Yellowstone's wildlife is striving to survive and maintain the ecological balance of the park, silent threats are creeping in. The Earth's climate is warming, and Yellowstone is no exception. Since 1950, the average temperature in this area has risen by about 2 degrees. This seemingly small number has a massive impact, much like how steady drops of water can wear down an entire mountain over time. The temperature change not only lengthens the growing season for plants, but also pushes animals into an increasingly difficult race for survival. Hibernating species like the grizzly bear must adapt to changes in their hibernation cycles. With spring arriving earlier, snow melting faster, and food becoming scarce, grizzly bears are forced to adjust their schedules. But nature doesn't adapt as easily as humans would hope. Less food in late autumn makes it harder for them to accumulate enough fat to survive through winter. Changes in precipitation and temperature also have a significant impact on the grasslands that bison and elk rely on for survival. Early snowmelt causes prairies to dry out by late summer, making migration and food searching more challenging. This threatens not only the survival of bison, but also puts pressure on the entire ecosystem that depends on them. It's not just mammals that are affected. Bald eagles are also facing new survival challenges. Early spring disrupts the breeding cycles of many animals and birds, leading to disruptions in the eagle's food chain. The breeding time of cutthroat trout, a primary food source for eagles and many other species, is also shifting, affecting entire populations. Not stopping there, predators in Yellowstone sometimes have to bear significant impacts from severe natural disasters. Yellowstone, situated atop one of the largest active volcanic systems in the world, brings geological instability. Small earthquakes frequently occur here, like the faint growls of a slumbering beast. However, stronger tremors can trigger landslides, alter the landscape, and disrupt the ecosystem of this region. When major earthquakes happen, the habitats of predators like gray wolves and grizzly bears may be destroyed or suddenly altered. At the same time, prey species such as elk and deer may migrate in search of more stable environments. As a result, a temporary ecological imbalance occurs, forcing predators to travel farther to find food. Even worse, if the Yellowstone volcano were to erupt, this disaster would not only affect the park, but also create a global ecological crisis. Studies show that a major eruption could release billions of tons of ash into the atmosphere, causing a volcanic winter effect, lowering global temperatures and impacting animal and plant populations for centuries. The mountainous terrain and complex geology of Yellowstone can also trigger landslides that occur after heavy rain or earthquakes. Sturdy mountain slopes, once covered by dense forests and vegetation, can suddenly collapse, sending down cascades of earth and rock like ferocious waterfalls of debris, destroying the habitats of many species. Springtime in Yellowstone, when snow melts quickly under the sun's heat, often brings unpredictable floods. Rivers like the Yellowstone and Lamar turn into rushing torrents, swallowing roads and bridges, drastically altering the landscape. In June 2022, one of the worst floods in over a century occurred when sudden snowmelt combined with heavy rainfall pushed river levels to record heights. Yellowstone National Park was forced to close completely, and nature faced intense disruption. Gray wolves, Yellowstone's patient predators, were forced away from their usual hunting grounds as meadows flooded and river channels shifted. This significantly impacted their hunting abilities as traditional habitats were destroyed. Grizzly bears, especially during breeding season, also struggled to adapt to the changing conditions. For bald eagles, flash floods bring alarming changes. Research shows that these floods can drastically reduce the population of salmon, one of the eagle's most crucial food sources. When salmon are swept away or unable to spawn due to altered water flows, bald eagles face the threat of food shortages, affecting their survival and reproduction. In the vast wilderness of Yellowstone, tornadoes are a rare occurrence, but when they do strike, they can cause sudden and localized destruction. On July 21, 1987, the strongest tornado in the history of Yellowstone National Park occurred, with winds reaching F2 strength, ranging from 113 to 157 miles per hour. This tornado tore through the Teton Yellowstone wilderness, cutting a path 24 miles long and about 1.5 miles wide, flattening hundreds of thousands of trees. This devastation altered the forest structure, forcing species like cougars, which rely on dense forests for camouflage and hunting, to adapt to a more open and harsh environment. Fortunately, with their agility and keen instincts, they quickly found safer areas to continue their lives. In the heart of Yellowstone's wilderness, where nature retains its pristine beauty, vast forests stretch like a lush green blanket covering the land. In 1988, a massive wildfire scorched nearly 36% of the park's area, engulfing the forest in flames. But from the ashes, a miraculous story of rebirth began. The seeds of lodgepole pine, triggered by the heat of the fire, began to germinate, and from there, a strong new forest emerged. Lodgepole pine now dominates, covering about 80% of Yellowstone's forested area, like steadfast sentinels with the remarkable ability to regenerate from fire. But it's not just the lodgepole pine. Yellowstone is a biological treasure trove where over 1,350 species of vascular plants have been recorded, including 218 endemic species found nowhere else on Earth. Plants like the utricularia and Yellowstone ferns, though small and vulnerable, persist in the harsh climate, embodying the strength hidden beneath their delicate appearance. Although the 1988 wildfire played a crucial role in regenerating the forest and ecosystem, it still caused temporary impacts on predator species. Wildfires can alter the habitat of gray wolves by destroying forest cover and reducing the food supply for prey animals like moose. After the 1988 wildfire, research showed that moose populations in certain areas significantly declined, leading wolf packs to migrate and shift their hunting grounds. Beyond the unavoidable effects of the natural environment, Yellowstone's ecosystem also faces significant impacts from human activity. Yellowstone welcomes over 4 million visitors each year, creating immense pressure on the wild environment. Tourism brings economic benefits and contributes to the park's preservation. But like water slowly eroding solid rocks, human presence is gradually wearing down the delicate balance of this place. The roads and campsites interspersed throughout the mountains and forests have fragmented the habitats of many animal species. Elk, which require vast corridors for migration and foraging, are increasingly confined to narrower spaces. Studies by the National Park Service, NPS, indicate that infrastructure development has reduced elk's natural migration corridors by 25%. This disruption alters their natural behaviors and increases conflicts with humans. The grizzly bear, a symbol of wilderness, is increasingly endangered by human encroachment. From 1980 to 2019, over 60% of grizzly bear deaths were due to conflicts with humans, ranging from traffic accidents to bears seeking food in residential areas. Gray wolves are also at risk from these dangers. Each year, many wolves perish in traffic accidents, reducing the wolf population, severely impacting pack dynamics, and disrupting their social structure. Cougars, the silent predators, also face the threat of hunting when they venture outside the park's protected areas. Even within Yellowstone, illegal hunting continues to occur, diminishing the cougar population and leading to ecological imbalances. Yellowstone was recognized by the United Nations as a World Natural Heritage Site in 1978, serving as a living museum of geology and biology, where nature continues its rhythm of renewal. Amidst majestic mountain ranges and roaring waterfalls, the wilderness here resembles a vibrant painting crafted by the hand of the Creator. Preserving Yellowstone is not just about protecting the landscape, but also about ensuring that these natural wonders continue to regenerate and nurture life with each cycle of nature. The Yellowstone ecosystem, the crown jewel of North America's natural systems, once faced immense pressure from human intervention. However, thanks to persistent conservation efforts, wildlife has reclaimed its crucial role in the natural food chain, helping to maintain the delicate balance of this wilderness. One of the greatest success stories is the reintroduction of gray wolves into Yellowstone in 1995, marking a new and hopeful chapter for the ecosystem. This story has become a symbol of global conservation efforts, inspiring many nations to restore endangered species. Additionally, strict tourist control helps balance conservation with development. Although Yellowstone receives over 4 million visitors each year, management measures have prevented excessive harm to nature. Strict environmental regulations, limited access zones, and vegetation protection strategies have safeguarded the ecosystem from negative human impact. Moreover, a study from the University of Wyoming shows that Yellowstone's wildlife has adapted to the presence of humans, allowing them to continue thriving with minimal disturbance. Visitor limits combined with protected core areas where human access is restricted have preserved Yellowstone's wilderness. All these efforts are not just about conservation, but also a symbol of respect for the Creator's work. Yellowstone, with its recovering ecosystem, proves that even after suffering great damage, it can regenerate if given the chance. And as a reminder to all of us, every small or large action we take is a glimmer of hope, bringing us closer to restoring Earth's balance. If you've ever set foot in Yellowstone's wilderness, share your thoughts in the comments. What do you think about the mighty predators of this land, the silent warriors who uphold the balance of nature? If given the chance, where would you like to explore next on your journey into the wild? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell to join us on our next magical adventures, where nature's stories are still waiting to be told. Deep within the heart of the dark continent, where ancient secrets lie dormant and legends come to life from the dense mist, lies Congo, the second largest tropical rainforest on the planet, second only to the legendary Amazon. This place is not just a forest, but a mysterious world, a miniature universe with harsh rules and breathtaking beauty. Mount Stanley Majestic rises to the blue sky, piercing the thick clouds like a giant blade, challenging the infinite vastness of the universe. The snow-capped mountains, a strange contrast to the vibrant, intense life below, create a surreal, enchanting picture. The Congo River, the legendary river that flows torrentially, winds through the lush valleys like a giant serpent sleeping soundly. The black, deep water holds undiscovered secrets, untold stories. The Congo, not just a river, but the lifeblood of life, the soul of the forest, the home of wonders and untold dangers. According to legend, this is the lair of King Kong, the giant ape king, a symbol of strength and wildness. Congo is also the oldest stronghold of great apes, close relatives of humans, intelligent and mysterious creatures. Stepping into this forest, you will be overwhelmed by the towering trees, the ancient tree trunks so large that hundreds of people cannot embrace them all the way around. Sunlight barely penetrates the dense canopy, creating a dim, mysterious space. Birdsong, the buzzing of insects and the rustling of leaves create a wild, haunting symphony. The struggle for survival here never stops. Every day is a battle, every second is a challenge. The royal giants, the huge forest elephants, walk making the ground shake. The cold eyes of predators lurk in the damp foliage, stalking prey at any moment. The forest becomes a battlefield of legends, where the greatest creatures of Africa are caught in a never-ending dance of life and survival. Here, life and death always go hand in hand, brutality and beauty intertwine, creating a vivid, dramatic picture. Welcome to the Wild Congo, a world full of dangers and mysteries where King Kong is still a legend, and deadly predators are always lurking in the dark. In the heart of Africa, the Congo River runs deep as an abyss, stretching nearly 5,000 miles across Central Africa, carrying legendary stories, unanswered secrets. It is rumored that the rainforests surrounding it, where sunlight rarely penetrates the towering trees, are the lair of King Kong, the legendary ape king. Here, nature is not only wild, but also full of mystery and danger. Giant, rare primates move silently, but never lose vigilance. Every step they take can shake the ground, but dangerous eyes are always watching from the darkness. Leopards, sneaky predators, hide in the shadows, waiting for the perfect opportunity. They are as silent as a shadow, their eyes glowing like hot coals prowling in the night, ready to attack at any moment. High above, the eastern chimpanzees swing on the canopy, proud of their superior intelligence among primates. They observe, learn, and adapt to this harsh environment. Crocodiles lie motionless in swamps and deep rivers, perfectly camouflaged as rocks in the water. When prey comes close, the crocodile's snap is lightning fast, giving the prey no chance to escape. A creature succumbs to where nature reigns supreme, where life and death always go hand in hand. King Kong remains a mysterious legend, a symbol of strength and wildness. The most fearsome predators never stop fighting to survive. Every creature must fight for every minute, every second. There is no peace, only vigilance. The Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, is one of the most mysterious and resource-rich lands in the world, home to the Congo rainforest, the second largest rainforest, second only to the Amazon, covering nearly 900,000 square miles. DRC ranks third in Africa after only Sudan and Algeria, with spectacular landscapes and diverse ecosystems. Congo is like an unexplored natural kingdom, where every forest and river carries tales of wildlife and the harshness of nature. The Congo wilderness lies on the Congo Craton, one of the oldest and most stable geological formations on Earth. In the east, the Virunga Mountains rise like ancient giants. Mount Nyiragongo and Mount Nyamuragira, two of the most active volcanoes, erupt continuously, sending lava flows like the breath of the earth. Nyiragongo, with the largest lava lake in the world, can erupt at any time like a ferocious wild beast. Hundreds of millions of years ago, when the Congo wilderness was part of the supercontinent Gondwana, tectonic plates slowly separated, forming Africa and leaving their mark through ancient landmasses. The Congo Craton, one of the most stable continental platforms on Earth, has existed for over 2.5 billion years. This massive rock formation is the foundation of mineral wealth and vast rainforests, nourishing the Congo ecosystem as we know it. Today, about 200,000 years ago, the first Homo sapiens migrated to the area, surviving by hunting and gathering. By 5,000 years ago, the Bantu civilization flourished, bringing agriculture and resource exploitation. After gaining independence in 1960, Congo continued to face conflict and unsustainable resource exploitation. Despite many challenges, conservation efforts have increased in the last decade. Today, Congo remains a symbol of nature's majesty and untamed wilderness, while ongoing conservation efforts offer hope for the future of this challenging land. Located within the Congo River Basin in Central Africa, the Congo rainforest is one of the largest and most mysterious rainforests on the planet, spanning over 500 million acres. The Congo rainforest is like an endless green ocean stretching beneath the tropical sky. It is known as the green lung of Africa, containing 30 billion tons of carbon, helping to cool the planet's burning breath. The Congo rainforest stretches across 6 African countries and covers 60% of the Democratic Republic of Congo. It acts as a vital shield protecting life, a heartbeat of the wilderness, and a natural treasure that has yet to be fully discovered. Here, trees tower hundreds of feet into the air, creating a lush canopy that shelters the ground below. More than 10,000 plant species thrive in this forest, with 30% being endemic, not found anywhere else on Earth. Part of the lair of King Kong, Virunga National Park, is home to the mountain gorilla, scientifically known as Gorilla berengae. Millions of years ago, this species separated from the common ancestor of the eastern gorilla and western gorilla, adapting to survive in the highlands of East Africa. The mountain gorilla is one of the largest primates, with adult males, known as silverbacks, that can weigh up to 450 pounds and stand over 5 feet tall when upright. The name silverback comes from the silver fur that runs along their backs, symbolizing strength and authority within their group. Mountain gorillas live in groups, often ranging from 5 to 30 individuals. They are highly social animals, communicating with each other through gestures, vocalizations, and body language. Within the group, grooming and caretaking maintain bonds, creating complex social networks. This not only ensures unity within the group, but also fosters strong relationships between individuals. Mountain gorillas are primarily herbivorous, with about 85% of their diet consisting of leaves, stems, and bamboo. They also consume small amounts of insects and decaying wood for additional nutrients. Each day, they travel 0.3 to 0.6 miles to forage, depending on the season and available food sources. During the dry season, they rely on readily available vegetation such as bamboo and fibrous grasses. The role of mountain gorillas in the ecosystem is undeniable. They help disperse seeds, promoting forest regeneration. With each step, they bring new life, creating balance in the environment. Although still categorized as endangered on the IUCN Red List, conservation efforts have gradually helped their population recover. According to the Dian Fossey Gorilla Fund, in 2023, the mountain gorilla population in Virunga has increased to approximately 600 individuals. In the deep tropical forests of Virunga National Park, another intelligent and powerful primate resides, the eastern chimpanzee. This subspecies, scientifically known as Pantroglodytes schweinfurthi, primarily inhabits East Africa. Descended from a common ancestor with humans approximately 5 to 7 million years ago, the eastern chimpanzee shares 98% of its DNA with humans. Eastern chimpanzees have a complex social structure known as a fission fusion society, where members split up to forage and then reunite. The alpha male, the strongest male in the group, dominates and protects the group through displays of power, sometimes roaring throughout the forest. What makes eastern chimpanzees in Virunga particularly notable is their advanced and versatile tool use abilities, especially for foraging and communication. They use sticks to catch termites, leaves to drink water, and stones to crack open hard nuts. While their diet is predominantly herbivorous, eastern chimpanzees also hunt small prey, such as monkeys, rabbits, and young wild pigs. These hunts highlight their teamwork, coordination, and superior intelligence. In the lush forests of the northeastern Congolian lowland forests, the common chimpanzee, also known as the robust chimpanzee, Pantroglodytes, thrives by using all resources available in the region. Chimpanzees are highly adaptable to various environments, ranging from dense tropical rainforests to sparse woodlands and savannas. They typically inhabit forested areas with abundant food sources such as fruits, leaves, and insects. Like eastern chimpanzees, common chimpanzees live in a fission fusion society with groups ranging from 20 to 150 individuals. The social relationships within common chimpanzee groups are complex. They often split into smaller foraging groups of 5 to 10 individuals and then regroup. Chimpanzees use over 30 different gestures to communicate, reflecting the complex social dynamics of this primate. Dominance among males can shift after struggles for the alpha male position. Amidst dense trees and thick vegetation, the leopard reigns supreme in the northeastern Congolian lowland forests. As an apex predator with a compact yet muscular build, this big cat is perfectly adapted for swift movement through the high trees and over the forest floor, where it can execute surprise attacks with deadly precision. The leopard's exceptional climbing abilities enable it to evade dangerous enemies and ambush prey from above. As a highly versatile hunter, the leopard can hunt anything from small monkeys, duiker, and small antelopes to birds and even fish. The leopard is a master of ambush predation. It moves stealthily under the cover of darkness, using trees and thick vegetation as camouflage, before launching rapid attacks from behind or above, relying on sharp claws and strength to subdue its prey. With a bite to the neck, the hunt ends silently, but the leopard does not stop there. It swiftly climbs into the trees, carrying its kill high into the branches, hiding it from other predators such as hyenas or even rival leopards. Leopards are not only powerful hunters, but also play a crucial role in maintaining ecological balance by controlling the populations of small and medium-sized animals. They prevent prey species from becoming overpopulated, thereby ensuring the stability of the food chain in the ecosystem. To the east of the Congo rainforest ecosystem lie the eastern Congolian swamp forests, an area of permanent wetlands where life thrives with every breath of the forest. At an altitude of 980 to 1,310 feet, the largest tributaries of the Congo River meander, flowing through the Stanley Falls near Kisangani, nourishing the lush swamp forest with annual rainfall exceeding 80 inches. The air here is thick, humid, and stifling, with no distinct dry season, only endless moisture, where water becomes the lifeblood of the land. The eastern Congolian swamp forests are home to wildlife hidden in the silence. This area serves as a sanctuary for rare reptiles, amphibians, and primates. The cries of water birds echo through the dense canopy. Life in this forest is a perfect balance, where every plant and animal plays a crucial role in maintaining the delicate equilibrium of one of the most precious ecosystems in the world. Amidst this environment, the shoebill stands motionless like a statue in nature's stifling silence. Measuring 43 to 55 inches in length with a wingspan of 7.5 to 8.5 feet, the shoebill is one of Africa's largest predatory birds. Its massive bill, up to 9 inches long with a unique shoe-like shape, is optimized for catching slippery prey such as fish and amphibians. With its silver-gray plumage and sturdy legs, the shoebill navigates the swampy terrain with ease. This bird is renowned for its unique hunting strategy. It stands perfectly still, sometimes for hours awaiting unsuspecting prey to pass before launching a sudden and precise strike. The shoebill primarily hunts fish, including African lungfish and catfish, but it also eats frogs, small turtles, and even snakes. This bird plays a crucial role in the ecosystem of the eastern Congolian swamp forests, helping to regulate the populations of fish and amphibians and maintaining ecological balance. However, with an estimated population of only 3,000 to 5,000 individuals, the shoebill faces endangerment due to habitat loss and poaching. Listed by the IUCN as vulnerable, the shoebill symbolizes the fragility of Africa's swamp ecosystems. Among the towering trees of the eastern Congolian swamp forests, The Angolan colobus monkey moves gracefully through the canopy. With its striking black and white coat, this monkey is also known as the Angolan black and white colobus monkey. Lacking a thumb, the Angolan colobus monkey has perfectly evolved to climb through the dense branches, where it spends much of its time foraging. The Angolan colobus monkey is a specialized herbivore with a diet primarily consisting of leaves, bark, and young shoots, while fruits serve only as a secondary food source. In swampy areas like the eastern Congolian swamp forests, they rely on more fibrous, less nutritious leaves due to the scarcity of fruits throughout the year. Angolan colobus monkeys particularly favor trees from the Fabaceae and Moraceae families. With their multi-chambered stomachs, they are able to digest leaves containing tannins and mild toxins, an advantage that enables them to survive in this challenging environment. When faced with predators, the Angolan colobus monkey relies on its agility, moving swiftly through the treetops, rarely descending to the ground to avoid danger. The loud calls of the adult males serve as a warning for the group, helping them to evade impending threats. The Angolan colobus monkey is an integral part of the dynamic landscape of the Congo swamps and wetlands, where life is constantly evolving and adapting. Approximately 25.65% of the area in the eastern Congolian swamp forests lies within protected areas. These areas include notable names like Salonga National Park, Lomami National Park, the Yangambi Biosphere Reserve, and other significant nature reserves. Salonga, covering an expansive area of over 14,000 square miles, is not only Africa's largest tropical forest park, but also one of the world's biodiversity hotspots. The park plays a significant role in climate regulation, acting as a vast green lung for the Congo Basin. Salonga lies in the heart of the Congo River Basin and is divided into two sections, northern Salonga and southern Salonga, connected by dense rainforest corridors, forming a pristine closed ecosystem with minimal human interference. The area was recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site in 1984. With a tropical rainforest climate, the average temperature ranges from 73 to 81 degrees Fahrenheit, and annual rainfall from 59 to 78 inches. Salonga provides the perfect conditions for a rich and diverse ecosystem to thrive. The park is home to numerous endemic species, many of which are listed by the IUCN as endangered. Among these is the bonobo, also known as the pygmy chimpanzee. This primate exists only in the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, and Salonga is home to approximately 40% of the global bonobo population. Bonobos are the closest relatives to humans, sharing up to 98.7% of our DNA. According to research by the Max Planck Institute for Evolutionary Anthropology in 2023, the split from the common ancestor of bonobos and common chimpanzees occurred approximately 1 to 2 million years ago when the Congo River divided primate populations, creating two distinct species. While chimpanzees evolved to the north, bonobos primarily inhabited the vast rainforest to the south. One unique feature of bonobos is their matriarchal social structure. Unlike chimpanzees, where males dominate, bonobo societies are led by females. Adult females form strong bonds and lead the group, while males hold lower social positions. Bonobos are omnivorous, with a diet primarily composed of fruits, leaves, and insects. Fruits from the Myrtaceae family make up the bulk of their diet, but they also consume a variety of soft plants and occasionally young birds. In Salonga, bonobos travel up to 3 miles daily in search of seasonal fruits. They play a crucial role in maintaining the ecological balance of Salonga National Park and preserving the invaluable natural heritage of the Congo Basin. The primary forests of the northwestern Congolian lowland forests stretch across the tri-border area of Cameroon, Gabon, the Republic of Congo, and the Central African Republic. Like an endless green blanket, this forest extends more than 310 miles from west to east and 435 miles from north to south. At an altitude of 1,740 feet, the Shiloh Mountains rise like protective pillars for the entire region, where lush vegetation extends to the horizon. This is a land of relentless precipitation, with an average annual rainfall ranging from 55 to 79 inches, a tropical monsoon climate enveloping the area in constant freshness. The dense evergreen broadleaf forests, covering more than 90% of the area, form a dense maze with towering trees, such as Anandra Gilbertiodendron duevrai, competing to reach the sky. Rivers meander through the landscape, surrounded by raffia palms, serving as lifelines nourishing the ecosystem. Within these forests, life bursts forth with energy. The calls of primates echo throughout the region. This area is known for having the highest density of primate species in Africa. The western lowland gorilla, the largest primate living in the lowland forests of northwest Congo, inhabits this area. According to the Max Planck Institute, western lowland gorillas diverged from the common ancestor of other gorilla species approximately 2 million years ago. This separation occurred as habitats in West and Central Africa changed, isolating gorilla populations into distinct subspecies. While western lowland gorillas are the smallest subspecies, adult silverback males can still weigh up to 400 pounds and stand between 5 and 6 feet tall. They are known for their thick, dark brown fur and the silver stripe of hair along their backs, which symbolizes strength and power within the group. This fur not only serves as a distinguishing feature, but also helps it adapt to the humid rainforest environment. Western lowland gorillas have a diverse diet, ranging from leaves and bark to fruits, and occasionally insects such as ants and termites. They move nimbly through the dense forests, often climbing to forage for food in the trees. When fruits become scarce during the dry season, they switch to fibrous leaves and stems to maintain their energy levels. A single gorilla can consume up to 88 pounds of food each day, consisting primarily of plant matter. Another notable primate inhabiting the lush rainforests of the northwestern Congolian lowland forests is the mandrill. It is the largest and most colorful primate in the Old World monkey family. Adult male mandrills can weigh up to 110 pounds and measure between 27 and 37 inches. One of the most striking features of this species is its bright blue and red face, combined with brightly colored buttocks, which not only attract mates but also serve as a signal of health and power within the group. Mandrills have a complex social structure with groups that can include up to 200 individuals, and in larger gatherings known as hordes, the numbers may exceed 1,000. These groups are typically led by dominant males with a clear social hierarchy. The older, more colorful males tend to hold leadership positions, while females and juveniles stay closer to the center of the group to avoid predators. Located within the northwestern Congolian lowland forests, the Rwenzori Mountains, also known as the Mountains of the Moon, rise majestically in eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, stretching into Uganda. With the towering Margarita Peak at an altitude of 16,762 feet, Rwenzori ranks third among the highest mountains in Africa. Like a giant crown embracing the Congo rainforest, at different elevations from foot to summit, the ecosystems vary significantly, ranging from humid tropical rainforests in the lower levels through montane grasslands to ice-covered peaks in the highest reaches. Rwenzori not only boasts extraordinary beauty, but also serves as a critical habitat for many endemic species, organisms that are not found anywhere else on Earth. It is a biodiversity hotspot, playing an essential role in the preservation of rare plant and animal species. Lehust's monkey, also known as mountain monkey, is a primate characteristic of the mountainous regions of Central and Eastern Africa, thriving particularly in the dense, humid rainforests of the Rwenzori Mountains. Of the genus Allocrocebus, Lehust's monkey diverged from a common ancestor with other Ghanaian monkeys approximately 1 to 2 million years ago. Inhabiting altitudes ranging from 2,950 to 8,200 feet, this monkey has evolved to adapt to the harsh conditions of high-altitude forests. They live in small groups of 10 to 20 individuals with close-knit social structures, where an adult male takes on the role of leading and protecting the group. Lehust's monkeys are highly social, with members often grooming and caring for each other to strengthen bonds. When threatened by predators such as leopards or crowned eagles, they quickly climb high into the treetops and emit alarm calls to warn the entire group. The mountainous and forested environment provides an ideal environment for Lehust's monkey, assisting in seed dispersal, contributing to the plant diversity of the northwestern Congolian lowland forests. Stretching for nearly 750 miles along the west bank of the Congo River, the Western Congolian swamp forests flow like a mighty river through vast flooded forests. This land, teeming with life and mystery, is like a deep green veil draped over Central Africa, where water intertwines through alluvial forests. The Congo River, as wide as 9 miles, meanders like a silver ribbon around lush islands, bringing life to every creature. Here, the wetlands and swamp forests of the Western Congolian swamp forests provide an ideal habitat for the Sitatunga, an aquatic, semi-aquatic antelope uniquely found in Central and Eastern Africa. With its extensive network of rivers and swamps, this area provides abundant resources for the Sitatunga, allowing it to navigate and forage easily in the flooded areas. The Sitatunga is a medium-sized antelope with males typically weighing between 168 and 262 pounds and standing about 28 to 46 inches at the shoulder, while females are lighter, weighing between 53 and 126 pounds. A notable feature of males is their spiral horns, which can grow from 18 to 36 inches long, helping them to navigate through dense vegetation. Adapted to the swampy environment, Sitatungas have long legs and splayed hooves shaped like bananas, which enable them to move easily through deep water. Their water-repellent coat protects them from mud and wet grass. With flexible ankle joints and keen hearing, they can detect predators even in environments with limited visibility. Sitatungas are herbivores, feeding primarily on fresh grass, sedges, and leaves. During the dry season, when water levels recede, they may stand on their hind legs to reach high branches. Their feeding habits vary with the seasons, and they mainly forage along the edges of wetlands. In the dense forests of the Western Congolian swamp forests, African forest elephants, Loxodonta cycladus, move silently through the dense vegetation. Although smaller than the African bush elephant, the forest elephant still exudes the majesty of a giant. Adult males stand between 8 and 10 feet tall and weigh approximately 4,400 to 9,900 pounds. Forest elephants live in a complex social structure led by a matriarch. The matriarch is responsible for protecting the group and guiding the herd in search of food and water. Forest elephant groups typically consist of females and their young, while adult males often live alone or in smaller groups. These elephants communicate with each other using infrasonic sounds, low-frequency calls that can travel long distances through the dense forest. They also use their trunks for tactile communication, strengthening social bonds and showing mutual care within the herd. Forest elephants are herbivores, feeding primarily on leaves, grass, fruits, and bark. According to the Wildlife Conservation Society in 2023, a forest elephant can consume up to 330 pounds of vegetation daily to sustain its massive body. During the dry season, when food is scarce, They use their tusks and trunks to strip bark from trees and access nutrient-rich parts of the plant. These elephants are not only symbols of strength, but also silent guardians of the ecosystem, playing a crucial role in maintaining forest health by dispersing seeds and creating clearings. However, they are on the brink of extinction. Overhunting during the 20th century caused their populations to plummet. As of 2013, only about 30,000 forest elephants remain. Since 2021, the IUCN has classified forest elephants as critically endangered. Conserving this species in the Western Congolian swamp forests is not just a responsibility, but an urgent mission to protect the Congo rainforest ecosystem. Hidden beneath the mud of the Western Congolian swamp forests, the dwarf crocodile lies in wait for its prey. It is the smallest crocodile species in the crocodile family, measuring on average between 5 and 6 feet in length and weighing around 40 to 70 pounds. This species is characterized by its stocky body, large head, and short, broad snout, perfectly adapted for hunting in dense, swampy waters. Dwarf crocodiles can endure harsh conditions, from the oxygen-deprived underwater environment to holding its breath for extended periods. During the dry season, when water recedes and food becomes scarce, it digs burrows into the mud and enters a state of semi-hibernation, awaiting the return of the rains. Despite its resilience, this species faces significant threats. According to the IUCN Red List from 2024, the dwarf crocodile is classified as vulnerable, with only about 8,000 to 10,000 individuals remaining in the Western Congolian swamp forests. In the shadows of the dense canopy, the gray parrot of Congo is characterized by its dark gray plumage and striking red tail. Its bright yellow eyes shone with intelligence and alertness. The parrot is renowned for its ability to mimic human voices and surrounding sounds, a characteristic that makes it one of the most intelligent bird species in the world. As a herbivore, the gray parrot feeds on seeds, fruits, berries, and buds. In the swampy forests, they are particularly fond of the fruits of the oil palm trees, which provides a vital food source. While consuming fruits, they also play a crucial role in seed dispersal, helping to regenerate the plant diversity of the rainforest. Their ability to fly long distances allows them to scatter seeds across different areas of the forest, from the swamps to the more distant regions, contributing to the regeneration of the forest. However, the species populations are severely threatened. According to the International Bird Conservation Organization from 2024, Congo gray parrots are currently listed as critically endangered due to illegal trafficking and habitat loss, placing immense pressure on their numbers. Located in the heart of the Democratic Republic of Congo, The central Congolian lowland forests unfold like a magnificent portrait of untamed wilderness, where life seems never to stop. With its vast expanse, this forest is one of the remaining primary rainforests in Africa, a place that seems untouched by time. An equatorial climate covers the entire region, maintaining steady temperatures from 75 degrees Fahrenheit to 81 degrees Fahrenheit throughout the year. This stability creates a perfect environment for vegetation to thrive. Heavy rains from March to June and from September to November bring between 60 and 80 inches of annual precipitation, keeping the soil moist and fertile. Within this world, countless rare and endangered wildlife find refuge in the dense canopy of the central Congolian lowland forests. The crowned eagle glides silently above, its keen eyes sweeping the ground in search of prey. With a wingspan of 6 to 6.5 feet and a body length of 31 to 35 inches, the crowned eagle is one of Africa's largest and most formidable birds of prey. Its dark brown plumage, a prominent crest, and striking white underbelly make this bird unmistakable. Within the aquatic environments and mangrove forests of the western Congolian swamp forests, the Nile monitor glides stealthily through the dense vegetation. Reaching up to 8 feet in length and weighing between 11 and 33 pounds, it is one of the largest species in the monitor lizard family in Africa. Its sturdy dark brown or gray scales, mottled with yellow spots, provide perfect camouflage in the swamps and forests. As a semi-aquatic species, the Nile monitor is an excellent swimmer. Its long, flattened tail acts as a paddle, allowing it to move rapidly in the water. Nile monitors can swim at speeds between 1.2 and 1.8 miles per hour and hold their breath for up to 30 minutes, making it a formidable underwater predator. Situated in the heart of the Democratic Republic of Congo, the Couette Centrale spans 56,000 square miles, resembling a giant mirror reflecting rivers meandering between deep, flooded marshes. It is not only the largest wetland in Africa, but also one of the most important ecosystems globally, with its ability to regulate the environment and sustain extraordinary biodiversity. Here, the network of rivers and swamps forms an intricate web. Rivers like the Congo, Lulonga, Ruki, and Chapa flow continuously, carrying life and sustaining an irreplaceable ecological rhythm. These wetlands are not only a haven for many unique species, but also help to reduce carbon emissions, slowing climate change. The placid waters of Couette Centrale conceal a complex and vibrant ecosystem. This is home to two iconic African crocodile species, which play essential roles in the food chain of swamps and rivers. The Nile crocodile, a massive apex predator that can reach lengths of up to 20 feet and weigh as much as 2,200 pounds. Its powerful body and long head armed with formidable teeth enable it to subdue large prey with ease. In contrast, the African slender-snouted crocodile is a master of finesse with its long, narrow snout. This crocodile species is perfectly adapted to hunt fish and smaller aquatic animals. Considerably smaller than the Nile crocodile, it measures between 8 and 13 feet and weighs from 275 to 715 pounds. However, its underwater hunting skills are exquisite, particularly in the deep marshes and slow-moving rivers of Kuwait Central, where fish makes up the bulk of its diet. Unfortunately, according to the IUCN Red List from 2024, the African slender-snouted crocodile has been classified as critically endangered, with only about 2,000 to 3,000 individuals left in the wild due to poaching and habitat loss. Each migratory season, the black stork travels over 3,000 miles, traversing diverse terrains from the arid Sahara Desert to the tropical forests of Congo. This long journey ensures a steady food supply and access to suitable breeding environments in Europe and Asia during the summer before returning to Africa as the dry season begins in the Kuwait Central. These birds use the swamps and river systems such as the Congo, Lulonga, and Ruki as essential stopover points to forage and replenish their energy. The black storks proceed slowly through shallow waters, carefully scanning for fish, amphibians, insects, and crustaceans. Its long pointed beak is an effective tool, enabling it to snatch prey in a flash. Within the vast wetlands, they often stand motionless for hours, waiting for the perfect moment to strike unsuspecting prey. In contrast, the yellow-billed stork often hunts and lives in small groups of between 5 to 10 individuals, although during breeding season or when food is abundant, they may gather in larger flocks. Their seasonal migratory patterns lead them between wetland areas in Congo and other equatorial regions in search of water and food. During the dry season, when water becomes scarce, they migrate to places like the Kuwait Central, which provides stable rainfall and abundant food resources all year round. The yellow-billed stork is a large bird measuring between 35 and 41 inches in length, with a wingspan reaching 59 to 65 inches. Their average weight ranges from 5 to 5.5 pounds. Their distinctive white plumage contrasts with their easily recognizable black flight feathers and tail feathers, along with their long, curved, bright yellow beak. Amidst the expanse of African rainforests, the Atlantic equatorial coastal forests extend for 73,800 square miles along the Atlantic coast, from low hills in the north to the distant southern and eastern mountain ranges. This ecosystem is a vibrant tapestry. These rainforests form a green cloak covering the southwestern corner of Cameroon, mainland Equatorial Guinea, and the coastal plains of Gabon. Major rivers, such as the Sanaga and Congo, meander through the landscape like silver threads interwoven through the ancient forest. Within this forest, every branch and river is a vital component of a vast ecosystem. Mangrove forests fringe the coastal edges, forming a natural boundary where endemic species find refuge, making this one of the most biodiversity-rich areas in the world. The Atlantic equatorial coastal forests, with all their richness and majesty, truly stands strong as a natural gem hiding among the shed leaves of the Atlantic equatorial coastal forests. The Gaboon viper, also known as the Gaboon adder, silently awaits its unsuspecting prey. Its broad triangular head and the patent, brilliant scales, which blend brown, gold, and purple, make this snake a master of camouflage in the humid forest floor of the Congo rainforest. It resembles a dry leaf, blending perfectly into the landscape, making its prey unaware of the lurking danger. When a rodent or bird inadvertently wanders near, the Gaboon viper strikes in less than 0.5 seconds, leaving its prey no time to react. With the longest fangs in the snake world, measuring up to 2 inches in length, the Gaboon viper injects a large dose of venom, ranging from 200 to 600 milligrams, in just a single bite. No chase is needed. The Gaboon viper simply waits for its prey to succumb before swallowing it whole. Its flexible jaw and expandable body enable it to consume prey many times larger than its head. The Gaboon viper's ambush strategy and potent venom make it one of the most formidable predators in the Atlantic equatorial coastal forests. The dense vegetation of the Atlantic equatorial coastal forests provides an ideal hunting area for the serval cat. Its slender, long legs help it to move through high grasses, giving it an advantage while hunting in grasslands and swamp areas. The serval not only preys on rodents, but also amphibians like frogs, especially in the swamp area. Its long legs enable it to navigate shallow waters with ease, catching frogs and other aquatic animals with precision. The serval is the wildest cat with the longest legs relative to its body, enabling it to detect and approach its prey from afar. Its large, sensitive ears act like miniature radar. The smallest sounds alert it to the presence of prey. The serval silently stalks, moving stealthily before launching a powerful leap from 6 to 9 feet, leaving the prey no time to react. With its sharp claws, the serval grabs its prey, then bites the neck to subdue it. It may consume a variety of prey in a day, but often leaves portions of a larger kill for scavengers to consume. Located in the southeast of the Democratic Republic of Congo, the Katanga Plateau rises between the elevations of 3,900 to 5,900 feet, where grasslands and Mayambo forests intertwine with majestic hills. Katanga also acts as a natural carbon storage area, helping to regulate the flow of major rivers like the Congo, contributing significantly to climate change mitigation. Its pristine landscape with vast valleys and flowing rivers creates a vibrant land teeming with life. Here, the lion, the symbol of power and authority, plays an essential role in the ecosystem. On the Katanga Plateau, the terrain of hills interspersed with grasslands and woodlands provides an ideal environment for lions. With abundant prey such as antelopes, buffalo, and zebras, the lion population here remains stable. The lion, the only big cat that lives in prides, often forming groups between 5 and 15 individuals. The pride consists of dominant males, females, and young. Within the pride, the males defend the territory, while the females are responsible for hunting and raising the young. Close social interactions within the pride enhance the lion's ability to defend territory and share food resources. Lions employ sophisticated hunting strategies. The lionesses, as the primary hunters, work as a team to encircle and drive prey into a confined area. When hunting large animals such as buffalo or zebras, they split into two groups, causing panic and confusion among prey from multiple directions. A Wildlife Conservation Society study in 2023 noted that on the Katanga Plateau, groups of 3 to 5 lionesses had high success rates when hunting antelopes and buffaloes. The harsh dry season in Katanga tests the survival skills of the lions. They adapt by hunting near water sources or in the woodlands where prey congregate. Lions also adjust their hunting timing, becoming more active at night to avoid the daytime heat. The ability to hunt and adjust to the number of prey helps maintain ecological balance in the vegetation of the area. However, according to the IUCN Red List from 2024, the lion population on the Katanga Plateau is dwindling, with only 200 to 300 individuals remaining due to habitat loss and human-wildlife conflict. In the vast wilderness of the Katanga Plateau, the eerie laughter of spotted hyenas echoes, signaling ruthless hunts. With a body length ranging from 37 to 65 inches and an average weight ranging from 99 to 198 pounds, spotted hyenas are the largest member of the hyena family, known for hunting strength in packs. They live in matriarchal social structures, where the dominant females control territory and food resources. Their hunts rely not only on individual strength, but also on close-knit unity and coordination among pack members. Within the Katanga Plateau ecosystem, hyenas are not only hunters, but also fierce competitors. They often confront larger predators such as lions and leopards to compete for food and territory. However, due to their aggressive nature and strong pack organization, they can steal kills from larger opponents in 20 to 30% of encounters, according to the Wildlife Conservation Society in 2023. Upemba National Park, sprawling across 4,530 square miles in the south of the Democratic Republic of Congo, resembles a vivid masterpiece of Central African wilderness. This landscape, where flooded grasslands, swamps, and freshwater lakes converge, creates a rich and vibrant, diverse ecosystem. Major rivers such as the Lualaba meander through the savanna and Miombo forests, forming a hydrological network which serves as the lifeblood of the entire area. During the dry months when water recedes and the ground cracks, the resilient marshes still hold the last remnants of water, sustaining countless species within this dynamic ecosystem. Within Upemba National Park, Grant's zebra thrive in grasslands, wetlands, and woodlands. A subspecies of the plains zebra, Grant's zebra display the familiar black and white stripes, with densely narrow stripes on their backs and legs. These stripes, while visually striking, also play a functional role in deterring flies and parasitic insects. As unselective grazers, Grant's zebras consume a range of grasses, from coarse to soft, making them well adapted to the harsh environment of the Katanga Plateau. During the dry season, when food becomes scarce, they migrate seasonally towards the wetlands surrounding Lake Upemba in search of fresh grass and water. Grant's zebra can travel from 12 to 18 miles daily in the migration, looking for food and water. Each day, they consume 5.5 to 10 pounds of grass, not only sustaining their health, but also playing a key role in managing grassland and maintaining the ecological balance in the area. Upemba National Park, with its vast wetlands and lush grasslands, provides a perfect habitat for wattled cranes, Africa's largest crane. These birds frequently inhabit and nest in swamps and riverside wetlands, where they can easily find food and protect their nests. In the dry season, wattled cranes migrate to lower wetland or riverside wetland areas to ensure a continuous supply of food. A distinctive feature of wattled cranes is the pair of wrinkled, fleshy wattles under the chin, which play an important role in the species' social communication. Their large, pale gray bill is strong enough to hunt insects and small animals, and as they move through the wetlands, wattled cranes stimulate the growth of aquatic plants and help disperse seeds, while also regulating the populations of insects and small animals. Located in the northeastern Democratic Republic of Congo, Garamba National Park spans across 1,900 square miles, a vast and untapped wilderness. This precious gem of African wildlife brings together vast savanna forests, grasslands, jungles, and wetlands, meandering along the Dangu River, the rivers that flow through the park like blood vessels, keeping the ecosystem alive by providing water to the land and its wildlife. Garamba is one of the last strongholds of the cordon giraffe. This subspecies is smaller than other giraffe species, measuring between 13.7 and 17.7 feet tall. The cordon giraffe has a light yellow-brown coat with smaller, irregular, darker patches compared to their distant relatives. Its small horn-like protuberances, referred to as ossicones, are a distinctive feature of the species. According to the Giraffe Conservation Foundation from 2024, the cordon giraffe population in Garamba has dwindled to only about 40 to 50 individuals. Poaching and habitat loss have pushed this subspecies to a critically endangered status, currently one of the most endangered giraffe subspecies in Africa. Once a symbol of the grasslands in Garamba National Park, the northern white rhinoceros now represents a tragic story of a species on the verge of extinction. Weighing approximately 4,700 pounds, the northern white rhino is the second largest terrestrial animal after elephants. These rhinos have thick gray skin and two prominent horns, with the front horn reaching up to 5 feet in length. It is these horns that have made them a target for poachers, pushing this species to extinction. In the past, Garamba was an ideal home for northern white rhinos, with vast grasslands providing abundant food. Northern white rhinos are specialized grazers, using their wide lips to eat short grasses, consuming between 110 and 130 pounds of grass each day. Its role in maintaining ecological balance was critical, as the rhino helped to control the growth of the grass, creating favorable conditions for other grazers like antelopes, zebras, and buffalo to access food sources. However, due to rampant poaching and habitat destruction, the northern white rhino populations have plummeted. Garamba was once a key habitat for the species, but today only 2 northern white rhinos remain females in captivity, both of which are unable to reproduce naturally. Conservation efforts are underway in the hope of reviving the species through assisted reproductive technologies and embryo transfers from southern white rhinos. Scientists are hopeful that, with modern technology, they may one day restore the population of the northern white rhinoceros back to the sunny grasslands of Garamba. The disastrous situation that the wildlife is struggling to survive in Congo has sounded an urgent alarm bell for humanity. With uncontrolled human intervention, The impact and changes caused by climate change are intensifying in the ecosystem at an unprecedented pace. The forests of Congo are dwindling, and along with them, a portion of Earth's life may never be restored. Climate change is altering the rhythm of life in the Congo rainforest, where nature's delicate balance has thrived for millions of years. Rainfall is no longer regular, and prolonged droughts tear apart the once lush landscape. A complex ecosystem, the tropical rainforests rely on continuous rainfall and is now facing severe droughts. Rivers once roared, now quietly dry out. Elephants, bonobos, and countless other species roam in search of water and food in a rapidly changing environment. The instability of the climate also increases the risk of forest fires, especially in the drier forests of eastern and southern Congo. Forest fires, with their destructive forces, not only burn the vegetation, but also leave many animals homeless overnight. According to a 2023 climate change impact report on the Central African forest areas, the area of forest burned has increased by over 30% compared to the previous decade. But climate change is just one piece of the story. The exploitation of valuable minerals such as cobalt, copper, and diamonds has brought economic prosperity, but it has been a nightmare for nature. According to a 2024 report by the WWF, over 70% of the world's cobalt supplies come from the DRC. However, the scars from mining have torn through areas of primary forest, destroying habitats for countless species. Streams, once ran clear, are now polluted by toxic chemicals from mining operations, causing irreversible negative impacts to the ecosystem. Bonobos and chimpanzees, two primate species dependent on pristine forest, are disappearing. According to the IUCN Red List from 2024, only about 15,000 to 20,000 bonobos remain, a significant decline from previous numbers. Poaching also poses a serious threat. Elephants, rhinos, and many primate species face extinction due to poaching. According to WWF 2024, elephant populations in the DRC have decreased drastically to only about 10,000 to 12,000 compared to over 100,000 in the 1980s. The African gray parrot, known for mimicking human voices, has also fallen victim to illegal trafficking networks, with their numbers decreasing by over 50% in the last decade. Forests that were once the green lungs of the planet are now being destroyed rapidly. Congo has lost over 1 million hectares of forest in just the last decade, much of it due to mining, expanding agriculture, and illegal poaching. The legendary lair of King Kong will soon become a distant memory, forgotten forever. As primate species vanish, the green heart of Africa will cease to beat if its strongest predators and rarest creatures fall, severing the food chain and biodiversity that sustains this region. To address these issues, many conservation solutions have been implemented, combining efforts from governmental, international organizations, and local communities. One of the most powerful approaches has been the establishment and expansion of nature reserves. Virunga National Park, one of the most outstanding parks in Congo, has become a symbol of nature protection. With support from organizations such as the WWF and the Virunga Foundation, the park is now effectively managed, protecting a variety of wildlife and its rich ecosystems. Another example of successful conservation is the East African Conservation Corridor project that lasted from 2022 to 2024. This project connects the Kahuzi-Biega National Park to other areas to protect eastern lowland gorillas from deforestation and poaching. In this challenging conservation journey, the recovery of mountain gorillas in Virunga National Park is an incredible and inspiring effort. The mountain gorilla population in Virunga had declined drastically in previous decades due to poaching for body parts to fuel illegal wildlife trade. In addition, the prolonged armed conflict in the area has forced many refugees to encroach into the forest, engaging in illegal logging and poaching for survival. According to the IUCN Red List report from 2020, the mountain gorilla population within the park had dwindled to below 400 individuals. The Dianfossé Gorilla Fund has spearheaded mountain gorilla conservation efforts by monitoring the population and strengthening anti-poaching operations. Their 2024 report revealed that the mountain gorilla population in Virunga National Park has exceeded 1,000 individuals, marking a significant accomplishment in conservation. The success story of mountain gorillas' recovery in Virunga National Park shows that, with everyone's involvement, nature conservation is indeed possible. But conservation is not only the responsibility of a specific organization, but also lies in the awareness of each individual and community. Each of us can contribute to this journey by supporting conservation organizations, engaging in responsible ecotourism, and refusing to purchase wildlife products. Community education and the development of sustainable economic models, such as organic farming and beekeeping, also help local people reduce their dependence on exploiting forest resources. Have you ever ventured into the colorful Congo rainforest and explored King Kong's lair? If so, please share your experiences in the comments below. Your stories can inspire and fuel the ongoing efforts to preserve nature and wildlife in Congo while preserving ecosystems for future generations. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to join us on more amazing adventures. where nature stories are still waiting to be told.